emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they go to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday, October 7th at noon. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as October 30th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I will be using the Comichub website to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let's show you that website. Once you get signed in to comichub.com, hit the green banner for Shop Coming Soon, and that'll show you all the carousels that we'll be working with today. On the top, that's results of current search. We've got preview pages on this carousel here for upcoming books. Below that we have Last Call. That's the one we will be using today. Then we've got next Wednesday's items. This is all the books that we expect for the shelf on Wednesday, October 9th. Below that are carousels for upcoming and ongoing crossover events. Let's scroll back up to Last Call and open that up. Once it's open, you see that we've got a bunch of filters on the top, including alphanumeric, publisher category, brand, etc. And we also scroll top to bottom. All right, let's go back to our big focus today. And our first focus will be on original graphic novels. First original graphic novel this week is actually a smaller one-shot from Silver Sprocket. This is Bloody Mary #1 from cartoonist Nick Wynn. This comes in at 48 pages for $9.99 with a nice foil cardstock cover and their usual attention to detail over at Silver Sprocket, who is also putting out a very nice Jen Woodall postcard box set featuring 30 different individual postcards of Jen Woodall's iconic and bold artwork. This is 30 pieces for $19.99. And from Silver Sprocket, we get a 376-page graphic novel for $39.99 from creator Ashley Robin Franklin. This is called The Skin You're In, a collection of horror comics by Ashley Robin Franklin that will be available on November 13th. You can reserve your copy through Comichub right now. And from Floating World, we got a couple interesting things. This is In the Garden of Earthly Delights from cartoonist Rich Tommaso. This is a tea leaves caper. This is where things really start to go south in the Garden of Earthly Delights, in Rich Tommaso's debut novel with the dynamic duo Trina and Dina, also known as the Tea Leaves. Also from Floating World is The Retirement Party, the latest graphic novel from Teddy Goldenberg, who comes in with a delightful golden age style. This is 64 pages for $15. And wrapping up our focus on original graphic novels this week is something from Comics Experience called Kings and Canvas. The exiled boxing champ Mammoth punches his way to redemption and freedom in this fantasy adventure from writer Neil Clyde and artists Jack Allen, Frank Reynuso, who did this cover as well. This will be available on December 26th from Comics Experience, 140 pages for $24.99. That wraps up our focus on original graphic novels. Let's show you a couple trade paperbacks. First up this week is from Dark Horse Comics, Bowling with Corpses and Other Strange Tales. This is an anthology put together by Mike Mignola, and this is pretty much a collection of 8 fantasy stories written and drawn by Mike Mignola, featuring a bonus sketchbook section. This comes in at 56 pages for $24.99. I'm thinking this is going to be a little bit oversized. Very pretty looking. Also from Dark Horse Comics, Mega Ghost Volume 1. This is from writer Gabe Soria and artist Gideon Kendall. I really like the art style on this one, and I wanted to show it off. It's kind of cool. I'm looking the wrong way, aren't I? There it is. Let's look at it this way. Over at Dynamite Entertainment, we get a nice collection of collections from Space Ghost series. That didn't make any sense. Let me try and be more clear. Space Ghost has an ongoing series over at Dynamite Entertainment. This collects the first 6 issues from that series, both in softcover and hardcover with 2 different covers each. This is a series written by David Pepose with art by Jonathan Lau, and this cover by Francesco Mattina. This is a soft cover for $19.99. It also features a direct market edition variant by Michael Cho in softcover, and both of these are available in hardcover for $24.99. And over at Marvel Comics, we got this very interesting project here. This is the Doom Treasury Edition. In the near future, Marvel's most notorious villain, Dr. Doom, is the only man that can save the Marvel Universe. In a pulse-pounding story that only visionary writer Jonathan Hickman can provide. This is insane. Doom is recently revealed to be portrayed by Robert Downey Jr. in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday film. So Marvel decided to feature this character in a Treasury Edition reprint, not only including this Doom one-shot by Jonathan Hickman, but also, Fantastic Four issue 583 and Runaways number 1, all featuring Dr. Doom in this magnificently oversized Treasury Edition, available on March 19th. 160 pages for $29.99. And that wraps up our focus on graphic novels. Let's show you a couple new prints here. First up in new printing is a second print of Lilith number 1, recently released from Vault Comics and artist Corinne Howell. That comes in a black bag variant edition as well for an extra $1. We get a second print of this beautiful Frankenstein issue 1 Universal Monsters imprint over at Image Skybound. This is created by Michael Walsh and has a new cover by Mattia DeJulius. This is Universal Monsters Frankenstein number 1. It also has a B cover by Chris Mooneyham. This has been a magnificent story of Frankenstein, kind of from a different perspective. Yeah, we'll call it that. Oh, and before it hits on Wednesday, Absolute Batman #1 is already getting a second printing. This is an interesting move from DC Comics. Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta's new series, Absolute Batman #1, hasn't even hit the shelf and it's already sold out. If you're interested in this second printing with a new cover by Nick Bradshaw, get your orders in by Monday. This A cover comes in at $4.99. It also has a B cover by Mike Diodato and a foil variant by Nick Dragotta, available on October 30th. This will be, the foil variant is $7.99. And over at Marvel Comics, we get a new facsimile edition of Web of Spider-Man #32, the fourth part of the, oh gosh, what's the name of the story? Kraven's Last Hunt, yes. With a very iconic cover by Mike Zeck. Ooh, and we get a second printing of Uncanny X-Men #3 with a newly recolored Ryan Stegman variant, maybe. And that does it for new printings. Let's take a quick look at some second issues. Mark Spears' Monsters #2 is scheduled for November 20th. I figured I'd show off this cool Spawn homage cover by Mark Spears. Minky Woodcock, The Girl Called Cthulhu #2 is scheduled for November 13th. And Goobers #2 from Michigan-based artist Ryan Lee is scheduled for November 6th. That was my pick of the week last week. Very cool comic. And Lilith #2 is scheduled for November 6th from Corinne Howell. Over at IDW, we get a host of, let's see. No, I'm sorry. Over at IDW, we get the second issue for TMNT Mutant Nation, a new, I guess it's kind of an anthology, featuring two stories, one featuring Raphael and the other featuring Casey Jones, from Tom Waltz, Eric Berkman, and Vincenzo Federici. Image Comics gets a second issue for Knights vs. Samurai, the recent debut series from David Dastmalchian and Federico Mele. Maria Lovett's Violent Flowers #2, set to release on October 30th. That has a couple different variants. Check them out on Comic Hub. And Marvel Comics is finally scheduling Aliens vs. Avengers #2. This is from a series that's been out now for a bunch of weeks, from Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic. And DC Comics has a second issue for Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween #2. This featuring a Tim Sale cover on A. Claus Jansen, who does interiors on this issue, does the B cover. And we get a C from J. Scott Campbell. Those cardstock covers are an extra $1. And that wraps up our focus on second issues. And now let's take a look at first issues. First up is this new series from Blaze Comics. This is Parliament of Rooks, created by Abigail Jill Harding. Also comes with a black and white cover. This looks like some good comic reading for Vertigo fans. If you dig that, check it out, from Blaze Comics. Then over at Mad Cave Studios, we get the first issue of a new series from writer Mark London with art by Carl Mostert. It was recently brought to our attention of the passing of artist Carl Mostert. This confirmed. Our condolences go out to the friends and family of Carl Mostert. This does feature a B cover by Shane Connery Volk. And from Magma Comics, we get this new series called Rome Eternal. That's pretty cool. This is written by Homero Rios with art by Diego Yapur. It also has a B cover by Alan Kwa. Scout Comics comes out with a new one-shot from Granite State Punk. This occasional one-shot series from writer Travis Gibb and artist Patrick Buermeyer. That will be out on November 13th. That also has a B cover by Patrick Buermeyer or Elias Gambit Melendez. That's what it is. Double Devil Horns. And over at Oni Press, we get a new Dwellings miniseries. This from artist Jay Stevens. Welcome back to Elwich, the town where every piece of candy is just a razor blade waiting to be revealed. This Halloween, return to the terrifyingly tranquil streets that Dwellings called home, as seen through the eyes of visiting Wolfgang Legant. This comes in with a couple different covers from Jay Stevens and this B cover from Katie Scally. I like that one. Let's go over there. Look at that. Also from Oni Press, we get a new Rick and Morty series. Rick and Morty one-shot. This called Finals Week Old Man Morty from writer Alex Firer and artist Fred C. Stressing, who did this A cover. We get a B cover from Julieta Colas. That's pretty gross. It's all squirty and tubey. Raw. Next up from Titan Comics, we get a new a new Gun Honey series. This called Heat Seeker Combustion. This new series is written by Charles Arday with art by Ace Continuado, and this A cover by David Nakayama. A B cover from Tula Lote. That's beautiful. Smoking and holding a gun. Something about that. And then we get a C cover from Ace Continuado. And a photo cover. As well as this E cover by Lyrics Lee. I think this might be it. Yes, it is. From Titan Publishing, Heat Seeker Combustion, Gun Honey #1. Available on November 13th. Get your order in for any of these variants. And Vault Studios puts out a new series from Christopher Cantwell and Victor Santos. That's pretty cool. I like that cover. This cover by Victor Santos himself. Back in print for the first time in 75 years in a stunning double-length issue, #1, the world's only hard-boiled boy detective, Kid Maroon. 2 years ago, while Walden Maroon outgrew his small town, his loving parents, and the low-stakes mysteries involving missing butterflies and stolen cookies. Since then, he's dwelled within the cesspit of Crimeville, where murders, vice, and corruption are the city's bread and butter. But at 12 years old, Kid is weary. When a string of horrific killings and arsons spring up in the streets, can he crack the case with his quick wits and slingshot? Or does Kid Maroon secretly yearn for what he's never gotten to be, a kid? From writer Christopher Cantwell and artist Victor Santos, this is Kid Maroon with a Victor Santos cover on A and a Michael Avon Oming cover on B. Available on November 6th. Over at Dark Horse, we get a couple of interesting releases this week. I'm sorry, on FOC this week. We get the first of a new series from actor Tom Hardy and writer Scott Snyder. This is called Arcbound. Yeah. New York Times bestselling authors Scott Snyder, comics titan Frank Thierry, and acclaimed artist Ryan Smallman with contributions by Oscar-nominated actor Tom Hardy to bring you a bold new sci-fi saga in the future where Earth has become a barren wasteland. Xenotech harnesses the unmatched energy of chromium to assert... Oh my gosh, I can't read this. To assert its dominion across the stars. When Kai, a rising star mediator in Xenotech's army, gets an unexplained message from a mysterious entity, everything he thinks he believes is thrown to the wind and leaves him to explore what it truly means to be human in a world where the boundaries of technology and identity blur. This is Arcbound from Tom Hardy, Scott Snyder, Frank Thierry, and Ryan Smallman, with this Ryan Smallman cover on A B cover from Clayman, and this Tyler Kirkham cover on D from Dark Horse Comics, available on November 13th. Arcbound. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we get a new Black Hammer series after the end. Jeff Lemire comes back with the artist that he teamed up to start it all with. Teddy Christensen returns to Black Hammer Spiral City. From the ashes of Black Hammer, the end, comes a new era and a brand new cast of heroes struggling to survive in a chaotic new world set to destroy them. A bold new vision from the Black Hammer universe by series creator Jeff Lemire and legendary artist Teddy Christensen. We also get this Teddy Christensen cover on A, a Mike Mignola cover on B. That's amazing. This Matt Wagner cover, very cool. And this Duncan Fegredo cover, all on Black Hammer Spiral City #1 from Jeff Lemire and Teddy Christensen, available on November 13th. Borderlands gets this one-shot, maybe? Borderlands Moxie's Mysterious Memento. Former celebrity and current badass Siren Amara misses the fame and excitement of her glory days. Nowadays, common stooges don't know what they're missing. Don't know who they're messing with, though they'll soon find out. In Borderlands, Moxie's Mysterious Memento from Amy Chu and Mike Norton. Ooh, let's see. We get this new series from James Robinson and Jay Bone called Welcome to Maynard. This is cool. I love the art of Jay Bone. From the celebrated creators behind Starman and Super Friends comes this new magical tale of crime and theft in the world of bourgeoisie hospitality. All right. Welcome to the Maynard. This is a hotel unlike any other, a place where every guest and staff member has magic in their veins. This is a hotel for magicians, witches, and otherworldly beings. This is also where Philippa begins her first day as the hotel's new bellhop, and where she is immediately thrust into a mystery involving an enchanted hotel theft whose daring thefts are deadly. This hotel is a magical, wonderful, dangerous place, so please come in and stay a while. Welcome to Maynard has this beautiful J-Bone cover on a Chris Samney cover. Very nice. And this Fabio Moon cover. That's awesome. From James Robinson, J-Bone, and a host of fantastic cover artists. This is Welcome to Maynard #1. Over at IDW, we get a new Star Trek Lower Decks series. This is from Ryan North and Derek Charm. I think this is Derek Charm on A and Megan Huang on B, spinning out of the Paramount Plus original series, now streaming. And IDW comes up with this fantastic crossover. This is a one-of-a-kind publishing experiment from IDW and Viz Publishing. It's the coolest ninja matchup you could have dreamed of, had you dared. The heroes in a half-shell meet the host of the nine-tailed fox in this crossover everyone will be talking about, when teenage reporter April O'Neil has a clandestine meeting with Tsunade, the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village. It garners the attention of Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi. These aren't the only ones who are wondering what the two women were discussing, though. The Sinister Foot Clan have their own interest in April's visit. As they think they might hold the valuable information on mutation research being conducted by the scientist Baxter Stockman. From creators Caleb Golner and artist Hendry Presetja, we get a whole bunch of different covers. We get this A cover from Jorge Jimenez, a B cover from Hendry Presetja, who does the interiors. This John Amour cover, very nice. Andres Moncayo. Need to do that. Yes, I do. And an E-cover from Vincenzo Federici. Do you have any more? Ooh, yeah, I think we do. We got this 40th anniversary cover from Dan Duncan, all wrapping up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover #1 from IDW, celebrating 40 years of TMNT. Yeah. Over at Image Comics, we get a new one-shot from Blood Squad 7. This is Strike File. Whatever happened to Man of War? After several decades, the legendary cyborg super warrior soldier resurfaces, and Blood Squad 7 is deployed to bring him in from the cold in this extra-sized Strike File issue. But is he an ally or an enemy? All this and special guest star Eric Larson's classic hero, Super Patriot, from writer Joe Casey and artist Paul Fry. Blood Squad 7 Strike Files one-shot. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Hope I wasn't showing you just half covers. All right, Blood Squad 7 has this B cover from Cory Walker with a Super Patriot cover. Very cool. Also from Image and Ghost Machine, we get this one-shot called It Happened on Hyde Street. Devour. Look thin or die trying. With an impending wedding, Lily needs to lose weight to fit into her wedding dress, but struggles to shed some pounds. And what's worse, she's got this great looking wedding cake. What's worse, her super thin grandmother relentlessly disparages Lily's struggles and her approach. Instead, lavishing praise upon a quick fix miracle supplement called Devour. In this extra length one-shot nightmare from Maytal Shoot, Layla Lays, and Alex Sinclair on colors. We get this cover by Brad Anderson and Ivan Rice. And this Layla Lays cover on this one shot. It happened on Hyde Street, Devour #1. Amazing Spider-Man 61 kicks off a brand new storyline and a brand new creative team featuring classic Deadpool creative team Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. And this story, the 8 deaths of Spider-Man begin. The world has changed. Dr. Doom is Sorcerer Supreme, but he has no plan to spend his time like his predecessor. Each year, Doctor Strange would use every ounce of his power and experience to save the world from an evil god and his scions. This year, Doom is delegating this task to Spider-Man. The leader of Latveria has given Spider-Man a new magic-powered suit and 8 extra lives with which to save the world. True believer, they won't be enough. From brand new creative team Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness, we get a bunch of covers. We get this B cover from Aaron Cooter. That's pretty cool. Gleb Melnikov cover. This What If Disney variant by Paolo Matura. And a Scotty Young cover all on Amazing Spider-Man #61, the beginning of 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. And then we get this Marvel Voices one-shot, I think it is, from writer Ryan Little and artist Honey David, the breakout character from Disney Plus's What If series. Show makes her comics debut. The Mohawk warrior Kahori fell into Skyworld and into our hearts. From her first appearance at fighting invaders to her home, she's already helped save all of reality from a demented Doctor Strange and has secured peace in her own world. So what now? Co-creator and award-winning storyteller Ryan Little launches Kahori into the 616, featuring exciting guest stars and the comics debut of some incredible creators. Marvel Voices brings you an extra special anthology celebrating indigenous heritage and one of the most exciting characters to emerge from the MCU, Kahori, Reshaper of Worlds. Very nice covers from Afua Richardson, Maria Wolf. Oh man, that is amazing. And this Phil Noto cover? No, this is a Marvel animation cover, whatever that means. Somebody's got a signature there. Also from Marvel, we get this Negasonic Teenage Warhead series debuting on November 6th from Andrew Wheeler and artist Eleonora Carlini, spotlighting the lovable punk Ellie Phimster. Ellie Phimster is under arrest when the Time Variance Authority accuses Negasonic Teenage Warhead of a crime she has yet to commit. She'll have to go on the run to stop herself before the TVA does. It all comes down to a single moment in time, a choice future Ellie must face. Which means now Ellie has 1 hour to find Yuki Ohara, her girlfriend from the future, who she's never met, kiss her, and save the multiverse. This is Negasonic Teenage Warhead with this cover by Paco Medina and this Audrey Mock cover from Marvel Comics, available on November 6th. Yeah. Over at DC, we get a couple interesting debuts. We get this Penguin special one-shot from writer Jeremy Adams, Bill Finger, Alan Grant, and Jason Aaron, with art by Howard Porter, Bob Kane, Sam Keith, and Jason Pearson. At first glance, the Penguin may seem like a harmless, if peculiar businessman with a fondness for fine cuisine, tailored suits, and exotic birds. Whoa. It's only got the one cover? Alright, cool. But those in Gotham's underworld know that beneath the dapper attire and gentlemanly demeanor lies a calculating and ruthless criminal who isn't afraid to take whatever he thinks he deserves. And should you happen to be in the way of something he wants, now this bird is just as deadly as any other raptor. Discover the man behind the new Max streaming series in this special issue, showcasing the Penguin's 1941 debut in the pages of Detective Comics number 58, along with a couple other short stories by the above listed creators, wrapped in this new Michael Janine cover. 72 pages for $5.99 from DC Comics, the Penguin special, available on October 30th. And from DC and creators G. Willow Wilson and Mike Perkins comes this new one-shot Poison Ivy Swamp Thing Feral Trees. Ooh, with this pretty Jason Shawn Alexander cover. Cool. There is something wrong with the trees. A presence screaming out in pain, tearing, gnashing, and gnawing through the very fabric of the green, calling out for blood. In its wake, a trail of viscera and carnage is left, leading to a mystery that the Parliament of Trees has conscripted Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing to solve. Can the verdant villainous and the Avatar of the Green make their way into the heart of this homicidal wilderness and discover the source of this horror? Or will they find themselves the next victim of this feral trees? This story, brought to violent life by G. Willow Wilson and Mike Perkins, will answer those questions, but beware, this terrifying tale is not for the weak of heart. Available on October 30th, Devil's Night. This is Poison Ivy, Swamp Thing, Feral Trees. Also with this Mike Perkins cardstock cover, Clayton Crane. Wow. You don't see many female figures in Clayton Crane's work. That's pretty nice. And a Jessica Fong cover, regular cover artist for the Poison Ivy series. And Jason Shawn Alexander on a Poison Ivy Swamp Thing Feral Trees. And wrapping up our focus on number ones, this is Wonder Woman Uncovered One Shot. This is a newest collection of beautiful covers featuring the amazing Amazon herself, Wonder Woman, with art by the likes of Marguerite Sauvage, Joe Quinones, Joelle Jones, Lee Weeks, Paul Pope, Brian Bolland, Jen Bartel, and more. So many variants. We got this A cover by Daniel Sampere, this Drew Edward Johnson cover, Jeff Spokes. Wow, that's beautiful. And this Daniel Sampere foil variant on Wonder Woman Uncovered number 1. But before I let you go, I gotta find something on the FOC for Godzilla. This is Godzilla's 70th anniversary year, and that means we get the official cookbook. inspired by the Toho Godzilla monsters and creatures, movies and creatures, featuring a wide variety of fun kaiju-themed food and drink. Recipes to suit all tastes and skill levels, including the scrumptious Guaczilla. I think I see Guaczilla. There's Guaczilla. Let's see, the delicious Gigan's wings. I don't know if I could see Gigan's wings there. And the awesome Mecha Godzilla head cake. There it is. Wait, there it is. Mecha Godzilla head cake. It's my new favorite background. Available on October 30th from Titan Publishing. This is the Godzilla official cookbook hardcover. And that there is all she wrote for new comics on Final Order Cutoff. But I got a couple more things to show you before I let you go. And those are some info and data about upcoming events. Our first event coming up is, well, first off, I'd like to thank you for watching Final Order Report. The deadline for, where am I? Nope. There it is. The deadline for the Final Order cutoff is this Monday, October 7th at noon. Please confirm items in your cart before the deadline. And also thank you for watching Final Order Report, brought to you every weekend from the good folks at Green Brain Comics. Join us again this Tuesday at 6:30 for our weekly live stream preview of New Comic Day. This Tuesday at 6:30, it's Brain Scan, featuring your host, Katie Merritt, and I'll be on the camera. Hope you can join us. We'll be on Facebook and right here on YouTube. And we'll be spotlighting some of these fantastic books coming out on October 9th, including The Terminator #1 from Declan Shalvey, Absolute Batman #1 from Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta, and The Sentinels from Marvel Comics, all hitting the shelves this Wednesday. And on the third Monday of October, the 21st, it's Brain Candy #61, a free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art. This month featuring the music of Jeff Spisak, the poetry of Denise R. Irvin, and the prose of Andy Mozina, all wrapping it up with the visual art of Kaylee Blevins, organized and put together by the Emerging Writers Network and held free of charge every third Monday of the month at Green Brain Comics. This is Brain Candy #61, a free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art. And that there wraps up this week's Final Order Report. I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and I'd like to invite you to stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.